Hey everyone, so what I want to show you in this video is how can you copy the 3.5 billion exit segment had. And why do I say that? Well, visitor automation that has been hundreds of thousands of dollars rolling out with Clearbit, which is only affordable to the biggest companies out there, was one of the biggest tricks in the book. If you look here, Hall and also Clearbit wrote articles how they did it. They generated $10,000 in inbound generated pipeline every single day. But how did they do that? Well, they took the visitor, took that IP, and knew what company was there. Then they wrote some logic behind with personas trying to understand who actually visited the website. And then they made some auto prospecting and some email campaigns to go out. That's all very complicated, requires a lot of data sources, and quite frankly, most of us cannot afford that. That's why I'm super excited here Sales Hub to show you how to do this. And it only requires a $99 a month subscription. So let's dive into it. And again, you can read more about it on Hall or Clearbit in the book. It cost a fortune the way they did it. They generated over $10,000 every single day in revenue. Basically, they said, okay, we have a company coming in, they're matching our criteria, then they automatically prospect them, they send out emails. I'm going to show you how you do that right now. So let's go into it. It does require you have Sales Navigator, so just be aware of that. So you go into your Sales Hub account. Before you do that, you want to make sure that you actually have the tracking script installed on your website. That's very important. If you do have it installed, now you're good to go. The reason why that's important is it's going to track what companies are coming to your website, and then our automation will then take the company name, and then we'll find out precisely who to reach. What's also unique about Sales Hub is we're using the exact visitor technology, so we're tracking two levels. Visitor IP, but also device ID. Every device have an ID, like this phone, it has an ID. And if I'm in a Starbucks, you can still figure out what company you're from. That's one of a kind, nobody does that today. So let's dive into it. Visitor website is the automation you're going to start with. So you can define, is it just in general visit your website or a particular page like the entire URL with the pricing page and so on and so forth. And you can also set it up to automate based on different scenarios. You can have different visitor automations and be one landing in the pricing page, one landing, let's say you're an American company, you have a division in Germany. So if they come on this German page, you want it to go out from the German team. So you do a global aspect as well. So in our case here, we will not put in any thing, we just let it run. So we say we want to do global, and if you have tech tracking, you can say I only want them if they're using, let's say, Salesforce. That's pretty cool, right? So only if they're using Salesforce. In this case, you also gotta add Pardot because that's Salesforce customers. If they come to our website, I want it to prospect them. So what I do is here, I'm gonna tell the system, once we identify a company using Salesforce or Pardot, go to LinkedIn, find the marketing director, VP marketing or VP of sales. Let's say we go for all of them, but we only want to actually reach out to two of them. So we go inbound SFDC visitor. We give it a tag, so under my contacts, when they say we can actually figure out who we reached out to later. So I'm going to apply this. So basically what happens is every time somebody using Salesforce that are not your customer right now, they come to your website, that doesn't buy, which happen in 95% or more of your cases of every single visit, 5 minutes after, this automation will kick off. So what happens next is you can do whatever you want basically. You can decide it with Hyperize to have an embedded image, you can do image personalization with Sales Hub and so on and so forth. So in this case, I'm going to send you a connection request. I'm going to say, hey, first name. Notice one of your team members stopped by, you put in your domain, right? Or company name. Love to learn what piqued your interest at company name. As you are using Salesforce, we're a perfect fit, whatever, we applied. So basically we're gonna prospect these two individuals, the VP or VP of marketing or sales, and then we're gonna send them a connection request. The next what we wanna do is we wanna say if we can verify the email. Well, then we're gonna go in and say visitor. So there are many ways to design the visitor automation. One, to put in the technology aspect. We're going to talk about why we're great with Salesforce and why that matters. And that also brings more personalization to the person you're reaching. In this case, we simply just created the template here. And then we go in and say, okay, this is the email template, visited website killer. Very, very original name I gave it. So basically we send them a LinkedIn connection request. We might perhaps want to wait, let's say 30 minutes before we actually will send the email. So after 30 minutes after connection request is sent, if we found the email, we automatically send that. If we didn't find the email, then put a further delay here, because most people don't accept you on LinkedIn within 30 minutes. So we say wait 2 days. In that case, we will automatically send the LinkedIn message if they're connected. And we're going to say LinkedIn message sender. We're going to go in, hey, first name. We're going to write up our entire message. We hit save. And then you're going to build out this entire flow based on emails and everything. Now on the right side, I did send an email. What I will do is I want to put a delay of 2 days, or let's say 3 days. And after 3 days, I want to say if they clicked on the link in the email, if it's a yes, it might not make sense to follow up on LinkedIn because they're already interested. So I want to just send a follow-up email. If they didn't click on the link, I want to go in and say, I'm going to send them a LinkedIn message. I'm going to type in my LinkedIn message and so on and so forth. On the right side, I will have a follow-up email going out. And then at the end of all the steps, when I built my entire long funnel fitting your strategy, then I'll say, I want to withdraw the request on LinkedIn. And the reason why I want to do that is if I have too many pending requests, you might get blocked from connecting. So that way you avoid that. So think about this. This is the approach the segment spent plus $100,000 to build out, generated them over $10,000 daily, every single day in sales ready pipeline. And of course, to go deeper, they went out communicating differently to engineers, reach out to them, how that will help their work for a while. To the other type of decision maker that was in the organization, they communicate differently. So think about how you can apply the strategy. But right here, right now, you have the option to build an automated funnel that fully automates your visitors when they do not sign up with you. It's going to identify them, it's going to prospect on your behalf, and you are going to build pipeline while you focus on your business. And if you acquire expensive AdWords, it's a complete no-brainer. So good luck, get on board. If there's any questions, hit our chat down here on the side and we'll be more than happy to help you. Take care.